Chairman, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure to be part of the opening of the 4th Internet Governance Forum. I'd like to thank the government of Egypt for being such a gracious host, and the IGF Secretariat and the Multi-Stakeholder Advisory Group for their efforts in once again organizing an interesting and challenging program. It's especially gratifying to be here in Egypt. The IGF was, of course, conceived in North Africa as an outcome of the Tunis meeting of the World Summit on the Information Society in 2005. So, after successful meetings in Europe, the Americas, and Asia, this first IGF meeting on the African continent is an important moment. Egypt is a particularly apt venue for the IGF. For thousands of years, at one of the world's most significant cultural crossroads, Egypt has been one of the great meeting places. It has always been a rich melting pot of language, culture, trade, science, and learning. It could, in fact, use the same words to describe the Internet. Similarly, the IGF has emerged as an important meeting place for those interested in the value, the potential, and the future of the Internet. It is a forum where we can come together to forge relationships, explore ideas, and share our inspirations when we return home and resume our work. That is why we strongly support continuing the IGF. As some of you may know, this year's Nobel Prize in Economics went to Elinor Ostrom for her work on common pool resources. Her work showed that better outcomes are achieved for a common pool when several factors exist, including the presence of a community with a strong social network and shared norms, and community-based rules and procedures. An element of her work particularly relevant to the IGF's role was to demonstrate how important it is for stakeholders in a common pool to know and interact with each other. The IGF is an important opportunity to expand these social networks and strengthen norms. The IGF further benefits from the diversity of its stakeholders. A common set of values and principles has always characterized the development and operation of the global Internet: open standards, freely accessible, inclusive processes, and transparent governance. These are central to the Internet's management and ongoing evolution. The Internet works precisely because all organizations work together collaboratively, respecting individual roles and in the public interest. We call this the Internet model of development, and we call the diverse environment of stakeholders the Internet ecosystem. As has already been said many times today, the only true Internet is both open and global. Therefore, Internet governance, by definition, must be open and inclusive. For those of us who believe the Internet has the potential to improve lives everywhere, we're obliged to ensure that these fundamental principles endure. While the principles endure, the Internet itself has always evolved. Pioneers working on the various projects that became the Internet achieved the remarkable feat of developing something that, rather than prescribing a future, creates a platform which opens the door to the future, to the evolution and proliferation of services, applications, and devices which have not yet been conceived. The exciting new applications and services being deployed today and the unimaginable developments of tomorrow arise specifically from the Internet's intrinsic design principles and its open model. Although conceived 4 decades ago, that model continues to foster a vibrant environment of innovation and creativity. What better proof could we want of its importance? And when it comes to realizing the future of the Internet, we've only just scratched the surface. In a world of 7 billion people, only 1.7 billion are connected to the Internet. The next frontier of Internet growth, and indeed the keys to the future Internet, lies substantially in emerging markets. Only by preserving the open nature of the Internet will the next billions emerge, not simply as Internet consumers, but as fundamental Internet contributors. Their creativity and ingenuity will propel the development of new applications, new technology, and new businesses never before seen. In the best tradition of the Internet model, the IGF provides a forum for new voices to participate in an Internet dialogue, to talk openly about challenges, and to discuss how to address them. It is the Internet Society's hope business model can bring, not only for the stakeholders, but for mankind. As we've said many times, the internet is fundamentally based on openness. Users develop and choose the services they need, create their own content in the language they want, and have been able to for over 20 years, and share it with others. It empowers citizens and enhances social and economic development. The internet is also open to business as an extraordinary platform for entrepreneurship, opening up new territories, expanding marketplaces, and creating new business models. It puts the power of innovation in the hands of all businesses, large and small. Now, I would hope this is well known and should not need to be said, it is also open to governments, and we are always looking to expand participation from that quarter in all of our activities. As I said earlier, the IGF has emerged as an important part of the internet ecosystem. We come together to exchange ideas, share experiences, and learn. Because the IGF does not seek to duplicate the roles of other stakeholders, nor make and impose decisions, our engagements here are free, open, and inclusive. We support the IGF's continuation, and we want it to remain as flexible and inclusive as the internet itself is. Just as internet pioneers 40 years ago established a platform